would like to welcome you all to our Forensic Networker call today. And for those who just see me for the first time, my name is Ja. I am Opulence Global Partner from Thailand and lifestyle advisor. And this is my very first time to host this Zoom call for Forensic Networker. So thank you for having me. And let me share a little bit about my CEO, Mr. Ramin, for his brief information. Our CEO built four multi-million dollar MLM businesses as a distributor from 1990 to 2003. And he founded MLM, most advanced MLM university called the Forensic Networker in 1999, founded MLM premier and most prestigious MLM company in 2005, Waters World's top MLM compensation plan expert in 2010, featured in Networking Times as Master Networker in 2011, featured on the cover of American Business Journal with Warren Buffett in 2013, Waters World number 2 all-time MLM Business for Home organization in 2014 and nominated for Ernst and Young Entrepreneur of the Year in 2015. Voted in MLM first inductee Hall of Fame with Paul St. Fuser and Light in 2016. His company ranked top momentum company in MLM in the pandemic BFH 2020 and voted top networker again by Business for Home in 2020. Was he born with special talents? No. We all start at the same place, but some of us decide not to stay there. Keep evolving. This is the word from our beloved CEO. And please welcome our beloved CEO and the founder of Forensic Networker, Mr. Ramin.
So good to see you, young lady.
Yes, thank
Last
you.
time we saw each other was in Bangkok. And I remember the very first time when we opened Bangkok and we had this beautiful room and this beautiful hotel. And you guys did such an amazing job. And we met for the first time with everybody. It was a jam-packed room. We run into a group that was disappointed because of the previous company and how they had behaved and was a lot of fun. We traveled and we did a lot. So it's so good to see you, host. I want to congratulate you. That's leadership. That's leadership. Honestly, this business is not that complicated. What I was doing right now, it's all it takes. She just comes out of her comfort zone and she learns a couple of new skills, whether it's managing Zoom, getting a script. It's not that complicated. So you know what? Why don't we start this? Because why don't you tell everybody here? Because I know we're getting a lot of new people, which I'm loving so much. But there's a lot of people that want to do what you just did. So why don't you share with people how did you prepare for tonight? Like, what did you do to prepare for tonight? And A, how you decide why you decide to do it, and B, how did you prepare for it so they can follow your lead?
Yes. Today is my first day, and it takes me a lot of courage to start doing this first session. But to step up and do new things, that's the new learning. And it's giving ourselves the room to grow, to become the leader. And one of my goals is to be part of the contribution to more learning, especially to Thai people. And we have Thai people here a lot. And it's really I feel like just home being with Opulence Global. And every time there's always a new learning joining the session like this. And I have received a very good support before this session from the team over WhatsApp group, sending me all the information. And yes, just do it without reluctant and even do it without fear. And that's where
So,
to
so what did you do?
go.
Who did you talk to? What is it that they gave you to prepare? Share some of that.
Pardon?
Who did you talk to say, well, I want to be a host? And where did you get the script?
Kun Minat.
Okay.
There was the
The
time that I
marketing
went to the
manager in
office.
Thailand. Yes. Continue.
Yes, yes, and they encourage me and invite me to try being the host. And it's something I've always been interested, talking in front of the camera and sharing some nice things to other people, contributing.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you're doing you're doing an amazing job because there are people on this call who rely on people like you and I to rise to that next level. I know there's someone tonight's inspired by what you're doing. It happens every week. And somebody's gonna say after tonight, you know what? It's her first day. She did great. I know I can do that. And now I'm inspired to do it. So I want to say it's nice to see you. Looks like you got a lot of support, not just from Thailand. You see, of course, your Thai fans are here.
Yes, we have a lot of people joining us today, and I feel very warm-hearted to receive all
Very
the
good.
support and seeing all participants here today. Yes.
Look at Natamon. Oh, you getting trophies after trophies, and I love it. Talk about home team, right? Home team. And this is why we always say, what do we say, Abbas? We say one team, one dream,
One dream to the
to the
billion.
billion, right? Absolutely. Good stuff. I love the chat. I love what's going on with the chat. I think that's a lot of Thailand energy right there. So it's fantastic. All right, let's make some money. I'm gonna give you, as always, try to give you some of my mindset. And so there is, you notice everywhere you go, people around you, they're not that healthy anymore. You know, there's always something wrong. We all know a lot of people that post-pandemic, it was bad before, but post-pandemic is really, really bad. Well, people are just constantly, there's a lot of things wrong. People are sick. You know, they got major things going on. So, uh, you know, it's unfortunate. But when things like this happen, who makes a lot of money? You know, the big pharmaceutical companies make a lot of money, and natural products they make a lot of money because people start to look and say, you know what, I want to feel better. You know, with human beings, we tend to not pay attention till something is wrong. So we have 19-year history to be prepared for this moment. You know, it's like the Olympic athletes, right? Training, 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 training. And now it's the Olympic trials. You know, you got a chance to compete for the national championship. You know, it's your turn to go for the world championship. And because we trained for 19 years for this. Now, we are ready for this moment. We have everything for this moment. People are losing their jobs. It's going to get really tough for the unemployment rates are coming higher and higher. But we're ready for that. We have an opportunity for people. We can show people how to run a mall, run their own business, work from home. You know, the future is all about the web. Everything is about the web. Well, we trained 19 years for this. Everything we do is on the web. You know, you know, the world has gone away from going to a local store, corner store, grocery store, or mall to buy things. Now everybody goes on an app and buy stuff, order stuff. So we're trained 19 years for that in opulence. Everything you can order on the web. And we're beyond your local web. Every country has a local web that you order from. But we're beyond that. Because when you go on our app, not only you can order the things you want, you can order things and send it to someone else anywhere in the world. You can't do that with Amazon. You can't do that with eBay. They're only shipped in certain places. We do have distribution centers. Sometimes, people always ask if you use something, cologne or something, or you're wearing a watch or something, people say, where did you get that? If you bought it from a store, well, that may be relevant to people in the city if they decide to go to that mall, but it's not relevant to somebody outside the city, certainly not outside the country. When you wear our products, here's one. This is a Ferry Marsh piece. Black and white diamonds. This is actually a Ferry Marsh piece. And doesn't matter where you're traveling in the world. You wear sunglasses, you wear a bag or shoes. Doesn't matter where you are. Somebody says beautiful shoes. Here's the link. Order it. 5 days later, it's at your house. It's at your house. How do you do that when you buy something from a store? You can't do that. So there is a lot that we can benefit from. And the world is set up. The world is set up for us. Oh, backwards. We trained 19 years for today. Everything we work towards is today. It's come to us. It's like the world is handing us on a platform. Here, take it. Because everything that's getting hot, everything that become desirable, everything that people want, the way they do things, it's everything we do. So I decided to have a little bit of fun with this because I'm a businessman. And the most important aspect of opulence, bar none, you may want to just write this down. The most important aspect of opulence is the 30 plus use cases. So the 30 plus use cases makes it the easiest sale in the world. The 30 plus use cases, it makes it the easiest pitch in the world. If you know how to use it, if you have a script, if you're practicing it. Why is it the easiest? Well, because you're just asking people to cost transition from what they're already doing. Not adding something new requires some, convincing. And, there's a lot of reasons why people should be using our products. But some of those things require you to explain that. The way I'm explaining to you right now, that for 19 years, everything we've done, it was for today. Perfect. Opulence is perfectly fit for what the world needs now and wants now. We cover every aspect of the hottest thing right now. There is employment problem worldwide where we can provide employment, self-employment. There's post-pandemic health issues. We got products, perfect products for that. People, e-commerce is the only thing people want to do these days. And as it goes more, becomes more and more of a necessity. It's not something that's, oh, well, it's nice to do. I mean, nobody wants to go out anymore. And we're there. We provide that. People like to get things delivered to them with drop ship. In most countries, people don't want to buy the local stuff because it's really not that good, right? I mean, in the developing countries, they like to buy stuff that comes from outside Europe, Canada, US, because they know that manufacturing-wise, there's better regulations here, better science here. Well, we're that. We got all of that. So, I mean, it seems like everything the world wants is in one place. Opulence Global. So I know this, and I feel this, and I believe this So I thought, let's just have some fun. I mean, I literally only spend about 10 to 15 minutes on this. We really need to hire companies, maybe to spend 3 months really look into this. And I'm going to be doing that because pretty much everything the world needs, we have it right here. So I started just doing some Googling. I went to AI. I started asking AI some questions. And I was just looking at Canada. So you can do this in any country. Doesn't matter where you're from, whether it's Philippines or Thailand or the US. It's the same, different numbers, it's the same. So I asked these questions. So post-pandemic, right now, what percentage of people's income is spent on food? And the answer that came back was 11% for people. So 11% of your income for people who have average income, and 23% of income for people who have lower income. So obviously, if you got lower income, it's the same food price. More of your income is going towards food. And that's a lot. So you know what I'm doing, right? You know, most of us can afford to give up some, including me, right? Starting with me. We can afford to give up some, get healthier, more convenient, save money. I think meal replacement shakes and bars would be a very welcome. You know, lose weight, get healthier, convenient, save money. We've done much tougher projects than this. I mean, we are so good 20-year history that there's nothing we can't do. If you can do fashion, it's the hardest thing in the world because we're a designer, there is guarantees and warranties, and you know, you got design language and you got brand standards, all of it. Fashion is hard because it always changes. If you can do that, that's what nobody's done in MLM. No one, I mean, no one has done fashion in MLM because it's hard to do. It's really hard to do. We were the only game in town when I started. A couple of people tried to copy us. They didn't last. And we're the only game in town now, 2 decades later. And I told everybody back then, we will always be the only game in town in fashion because it is hard. I mean, we got design centers in Europe and here, and we get people from different 31 designers who freelance. And I mean, it's hard. And what, 1,000 SKU? There was a time we had like 4,000 SKUs of fashion when we had only fashion. That was a lot. Imagine that. So I started looking, healthcare. So 28.8% of our tax revenues go towards healthcare, which is about $2,000 per person. Now in Canada, we pay through our taxes. In your country, you probably pay by an insurance, right? So I start thinking about, the reason why in Canada they try to stop the natural health products is because the big pharma is making it a case that the natural health products is costing them tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue because people are healthier because of natural health products. So then I take a look at that. So an average person in Canada spends on a monthly basis, sorry, on an annual basis, it spends $1,000.74, so almost $1,100 per person in medicine, because medicine is not covered under Medicare here. And it's growing by 3.2% per year. We know for a fact in our company, lots of people get on the fountain of life and they get off. They don't need the medication anymore. We've seen that with thousands of people already. So imagine people are spending like on an average about $90 a month on medication, on medicine. And we know by doing a good job, becoming the product of the product, by becoming professional, using the brochures, using the tools that we have, we can cost transition the average person from medicine into our natural products. And we're not saying for people not to buy the medicine. That's not who we are. We're not a doctor. And we want them to check with the doctors and always do what they do. But we also know what happens when people take care of themselves. I've seen this for 35 years. When people get on natural health products, they feel better. But from a business standpoint, I look at this, $1,000, $1,074, like $1,100 a year. So that's like $90 a month people are spending into medicine that in some cases is very helpful. In other cases, it's not very helpful and it could be harmful. So once we get some of these people on the fountain of life, we know they will never get off. They will never get off. Once we get some of these people on Divine, I just had 2 of them. This is the most insane product. I wish we could say more. So, with Divine, with the collagen, with the Fountain of Life, what a trio. What a health pack. What a health pack. So we want to call it eternity or eternal, right? Because you go on these 3 things. What a 1, 2, 3 punch to anything that's bad in nature. What a, I was going to say, what a kick-ass. Let's just say it. What a kick-ass that is to anything that's trying to make us sick. Think about it. Our collagen product will probably come out with a certification 2 right from Health Canada. That's how potent it is. You don't see that with all the collagen products. You're not going to get that because this is the next level. It's opulence. It's the next level. And soon, I mean, Health Canada is really busy right now, so they take their time. We're probably going to end up going for certification 3. Both for that and for Divine. So the Fountain of Life, we don't want to do that. We want it to be under the radar. we keep that under the radar, you know. So but then again, I'm thinking $90 a month Canadians are spending on medicine. We need some of that in a better cause. Cost transition. And let's continue. Canadians, get this? Canadians are spending on an average of about a total of $2.4 billion a year. Billion with a B in natural health products, but $80 a month. $80 a month buying things that are inferior to our products. So Canadians are spending $80 a month on natural health products. So spending $90 on drugs, $80 on natural health products, that's $170 per person. They're spending 100. So let's talk about $80. And we should take all of it. Nobody has products like us. We should take all of it because nobody makes products like us. I don't like Donald Trump at all. I don't like him, but he's kind of funny sometimes. He says, we're getting tired of winning. And that's like opulence. You know, everything we do is better. Everything we do is better. Right? Because we just need to be better. Because we are opulence. So Canadians, this is true with every country, but let's just, Canadians, somebody's eating your lunch or your lunchbox. I don't know who, but they know that's good. I know that. They know that's good. I know that. $80 a month is being spent on natural health products. And get this, this doesn't even include vitamins that people, because that's not natural. It's not an include vitamins. I think that's maybe even a bigger industry than the natural health products. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it's a big industry. So let's say $100 a month, somebody's stealing it off your lunchbox. By the way, these are your friends and family or coworkers, right? This is not, you know. So as a businesswoman, as a businessman, you should be sitting there saying, cost transition. That's the answer, cost transition. We need to package what we do, our products and everything into this cost transition and say, look, instead of using that, use this, I guarantee it. 100% more by guarantee. 100% satisfaction guaranteed, right? Because that's what comes with a product. 100% satisfaction guarantee. When they bought that thing from a drugstore, the natural product, or where's the guarantee? Seriously, none, zero, no guarantee. So they go to drugstore shoppers or GNC or whatever, they buy a bottle. Where's the guarantee? Where are you going to go? Who are you going to call? Well, here, they got your number. They don't need to call you. You're calling them because you know they're going to buy more next month because they just did a cost transition. There's so much money on the table here. So much money on the table here. So I kept looking. Then I got a headache. As I looked more, I got more headache. Skincare, an average, spend about $100 to $500 a year. Now, by the way, average, you know, it's always, so what they were saying is that if you're talking middle class and above, then you should 3x the average because average includes millions of immigrants that come on board, come here, or people who are in poverty and they're not buying this stuff, right? They're not even using them. So that brings the average really down. I mean, children, that's the average. I mean, when you talk about average, I mean, that's includes everybody, right? But the people who actually middle class who were at an age that actually using these products, we're talking 3x. But let's even at 100 to 500 a year, let's take the 500 because, you know, it should be 1,500 at 3x, but this. So we're talking now another what? $60 per person a month. So I kept looking. Hair care. By the way, they're all growing per year. Hair care, 1.3 billion, and it grows by 5.3% per year. It keeps on growing too. So imagine your cost transition, your customers, and they're saving money because everything they're buying, it keeps on going between 3 to 5% a year, going higher and higher. And during the pandemic, it was much higher than that. When they say these type of numbers, it's never accurate. Because if you look at your bill, you'll find that the numbers are even much worse than these. But we don't get those inflation and opulence in cost transition here. Barely we raise our prices. Then look at the personal care. Just overall personal care. And $689 Canadian, aftershave, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. $689 per year. Wow. Here's another $65 a month. Then I did a quick search. How much does a Canadian spends for gifts? Now, this cannot be accurate. This cannot be accurate because average Canadian spends about $650 a year in gift. Seriously? Who spends $650 a year? Like 27 gifting occasions, right? You got Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthdays, kids, spouse, family, Christmas, $650. I don't know who spends $650. It's like 10 times that amount. Well, I know why they say that's the average, because again, kids don't buy anything. And I guess people in poverty maybe don't buy gifts. And I don't know. A lot of people go to these shelters and where they kind of get stuff for free. Okay. You put that all together, then, but the reality is the people who are actually buying gifts, be talking, what, 3,000-4,000 a year? Between Mother's Day and Valentine's and birthday and Christmas. But let's just take this figure. Let's just take the figure $650 a year. There's another. Actually, no, it was $65 a month. So I did it all together. It's like, okay, the average, which includes everybody, including toddlers and people who are poverty and immigrants, or maybe all that together, the newcomers and that just not quite got going yet. So because I said if people who are really eligible, you do 3x on that. 3x. Well, let's take this numbers, lowball it. That's about $255 a month. $255 a month they're spending. That's the lunch they're taking out of our lunch money, and it's going to inferior products. If you want to be realistic about this, for people who are eligible to buy, people who are actually shopping, it's about 3 times. If we take 2 times, just to take the average, that's $510 a month on personal care stuff, on skincare, just hair care, those type of things, health products, $510 a month. Let's just stick to the $255 a month. And this is where I get excited, and it's endless what we have, because see, this is not another company that has one product, or worse, no product at all, Ponzi schemes, right? Some type of crypto thing going on, or some type of, I don't know, right? So we are a manufacturer, we're designing. Yes, Napa porn. We need the college. Yes. There's not a day, by the way, there's not a day that goes by that we're not on that project. Every single day we're on that project. Let me tell you the problem with collagen. You can get collagen at this price, and you can get collagen at this price. So then I question, how could something be like almost like 6 times the price, and they're both collagen? Then you start to understand the grades. They understand bovine, which is farm animals, and then you got marine. Then, of course, marine is much better collagen because fish skin, all that stuff. So bovine, of course, people who are vegetarian, they can't even eat it. And it's not effective. And, animals, right? So, of course, that's not opulent. So we go to marine side. On the marine side, now you come a whole new range. You got the ones that come from a farmed fish, somebody who created a pond in the backyard, and they develop fish with throw antibiotics at them and all these hormones for them to grow fast because they need to farm them right quickly. Of course, useless, but it's marine, so it's useless. And of course, they're more expensive than bovine, but still, it's not opulence, right? Pretty much 90% or more of the marine um, collagen are farmed. They don't tell you that. We ask those questions. Sometimes they try to dodge it. We ask the question harshly, and they can't lie about it. And then, so we ask for wild caught. That means it was in the ocean, swimming around happy, going happy his way, right? The ones are not full of antibiotics and hormones and all the stuff, they eat each other and the good ones, right? So then we get those. Of course, we're not done yet. So we look at that. Now we're in the top 5%. Now I look at that, and we've looked at about 16 different brands from MLM companies. We've seen maybe one or two that's actually wild caught. Of course, the price is now really high. So what we see 3 grams of collagen, right? It's no longer 10. Right? It's, I was like 3 grams. We've seen 5, and that's all we've seen. They charge a lot. So we're not doing that because we wanted classification 2 and 3 MPN. That means we wanted to make claims of beyond skin, hair, nail, and we want something that does truly incredible work. We want opulence, right? That's what we are. We want opulence. We don't want to be something else or bring ourselves down to everyone else. We want to remain opulence. Well, of course, that becomes really expensive. And we also wanted to, the packaging side of it. So at the end of the day, we are, it took us a long time to learn this collagen business because I could just make one within, honestly, no joke, I could make one within 3 weeks if I do it like everyone else does it. There's the dime it doesn't. Try to do it like we're doing it. So here's the thing too. With the one we want, because wild caught, it comes from very specific price. They already put out a notice. Last year, their production, because it's wild caught. This is not the stuff they do in a pond in the backyard, right? Of course, they keep on reproducing that with antibiotics and hormones and all this junk. The stuff that happens wild caught in the ocean, you actually need a ship to go and, try to catch these things. They're not in a pond. And last year, they had a very bad season, really, really bad season. Apparently for fisheries. They've already put out a bulletin before we even start. They said the prices will probably double over the next year. So what we've decided to do is that we're going to buy a big bulk, and at least to protect us for the next few years. Good thing about collagen, it doesn't actually go bad. So you can afford to buy it, and you have to source for it. And our factory said they're going to actually hold it for us. So again, we want to make sure that, if it doubles in price next year, we don't double it on you, right? We're going to, the same way how it was in during the pandemic, while everything was going up by 40% or 43% a year, you guys barely felt anything because, our warehouses were full and we buy things in massive bulk and so forth. We're off track in here anyways, but that's why I just wanted to say there's not a day that Sanaz doesn't work on this collagen business. And we're very, very close. We've actually, people have developed some really nice stuff for us, really, to a point that I'm not a collagen person, but even I'm like, cool. Especially the coffee one. I drink coffee. I don't do milk or cream. So, Yeah, but then I've actually tasted some stuff that it makes it look like it's makes it look like it's got milk in it, but it doesn't, and it's creamy, but there's no cream in it, so it's pretty cool. So I think you guys experience some of that in Asia. Anyway, let's continue. So now we have about $255 to or $510 a month spent. This is true with every country. I mean, the numbers maybe vary, but people spend for these things. So how about we cost transition everybody that we know in our country, friends, family, everybody we meet for the rest of our lives? Remember, it's a lifetime business here. This is not another Ponzi scheme, right? It's a lifetime business here. And as we meet people, we cost transition one or two people. By the way, the first couple is tough, but once you have a couple of them that they cost transitioning with you, because you use the stories and you have a lot of stories to pay, you're excited, it becomes a lot easier. It's like everything else, right? You know, you go to the gym, at first it's hard, then your body gets used to it and becomes easier. Try to do jogging, running, weights, anything. They always say the first million is the hardest. You make the mixment, then it goes easier. First billion is ridiculously hard. But once you've done it, it gets a lot easier. It's the same thing. Cost transitioning, you get a few people on, then it just list grows. So now you're making some really good profit, like 43%, right? 43% on every household. That's incredible. It's good money. I can tell you already know this because when people get on our shampoos, they don't use anything else. Something about the shampoos, like I know why, but I could add anybody who's tried it, they just cannot go because now that they know all the white stuff, all the stuff that you see in the regular shampoo, how bad it is for you. And when you smell our shampoos, knowing it's got all this goodness and it's not that junk, I mean, how do you go somewhere else? I think just the way Captive goes on your hand. I mean, you guys use Sensual or whatever, and you know there's pure goodness in it. You feel good, and then yet you take some of the shampoo, it's thick and it's got all this. It just doesn't feel. You know, there is junk in it. The bottle is junk. The packaging is cheap, and then inside of it, when you open it, unless you're buying designer stuff or luxury stuff from boutiques and stuff, you know the stuff that you found at the grocery store and stuff. So people tell me when they get on Captive on Central, they just that's it. They're not even involved in the business or not in opulence, and they have no interest in MLM. But once they try the shampoos, they just that's it. They're stuck with it. And the same is true with the toothpaste. People who were traveling overseas and they use F1, they use a toothpaste, and they ran out. And I'm these are my personal customers, so I don't really have time. They called me in a panic because they were going on a cruise. They called me in a panic, not for their oil. They called me on a panic because they didn't want to leave without the toothpaste. They wanted the toothpaste. So I had to get somebody to go drop. Of course, they bought their oil too. But the reason they called me, they said, I just can't leave without the toothpaste. So anyway, this is our products are like that because once people understand the goodness in it and the junk that's not in it, and once you try an opulence product and then you go back to what's out there, you're like, oof, no, not interested. Because you clearly see, in quantum physics, we said once you stretch one's imagination, it can never go back to its original form, right? That's just quantum physics. And that's true with our products. Once you use and feel and experience, it's not even so much about any particular result. It's not that's secondary. Just the feel of knowing just how it feels, and then knowing what's in it and the goodness and the junk that's not in it. And of course, the smell. I mean, we do everything right, right? We do everything right. Anyway, here's the thing. We have some guests coming to our home on the weekend, and we we decorate our guest rooms with sensual and guest room bathrooms, en suites with central and captive. Like you can't leave this beautiful bathroom. It's gorgeous, but no, we decorate, the bathrooms with our stuff. That beautiful black bottle, sensual and captive. You know, every bathroom, of course, the toothpaste is there. Ball of oil, you find it everywhere, by the way. Everywhere, every bathroom, everywhere you go. I'm telling you, I mean, when we go into a bathroom, that's so that if the ball of oil is finished, first of all, we know it's there. So during the day, we should take another dropper. It's the closest place usually to go to the bathroom, right? There's always bathroom somewhere. We know there's a bottle there. But the point is this: once this is part of you, and your people will be your cost transition. I just told you, we took the bare minimum. This is the ridiculous stats because average means people who are not using it at all, right? But we know people who have a job and middle class and they use stuff. So if you take away the people who don't use stuff, we're talking double or 3 times these amounts. So we cost transition them into 1 month to become opulence. How do you go back from being opulence to something else? Like how do you do that? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be opulence for a month and then go back to something else. It's impossible to do that. It's impossible to do that. So you have to become really good at cost transition. So imagine this now. So of course you cost transition, make a lot of money. And how about we start cost transition this in the designermall.io. You see, same products, except it's based on exit payment. Now you're getting your profits up from 43% to 80%, maybe 100% profit, because the crypto world that we can, because there's no other game in town, because we have to, facilitate the volatility. So we have to go higher price just in case there's a volatility in the currency. So all of a sudden, you launch a designermall.io with the same products. You know the products already. You love the products already. Now people are paying you in crypto and you're making double the profit. Can you imagine that? You're accumulating exits, building wealth over wealth, doing the same thing. How about this? You're running into people who love your products, your customers maybe, and you sell them an opulence retail mall, couple of $100, you make a wholesale profit. They start cost transition their family and friends on the retail. Not MLM. This is the new retail mall coming out. The one we showed you, or didn't show you, it's gorgeous. I tell you, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. We've hired the most talented beasts in here now. They make stuff that is just unreal. So the retail mall looks better than the opulence mall. It's gorgeous. And it's a one-click buy. It's a simple. So now people say, hey, listen, I know people. I always wanted an e-commerce business, not an MLM business, an e-commerce business. Something you cannot really do right now with our mall because it's a wholesale mall, right? It wasn't designed for e-commerce. It's an MLM business, a direct sales business. But the retail mall is not designed for MLM. It's designed for retail, e-commerce. But it doesn't look like Amazon, I can tell you right now. It looks nice. It looks nice. Like you don't understand. I started looking at it. I tell myself, wait, my own head. Okay, bite your tongue till it bleeds. Don't praise too much. Don't praise them too much because these are new employees and they can't know that they're really that talented. They will ask for a raise. That's how I talk to myself. That's how beautiful the things we're making these days. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like, so it's coming out. So all of a sudden, everybody can afford a couple of $100 for multi-million-dollar mall, loaded already with stuff. Actually, put Amazon out of business. I'm just joking, but I'm just saying, like you look at, here's your Amazon. You can start Amazon store and do all this work yourself. And here's a retail mall turnkey. Let's send the link out, make some sales. I'm telling you. So now all these people are cost transitioning for you, and you're making, money on that. And what about, we're not there yet, so we got a retail mall on opulent side. What about you start selling the designer mall for the crypto crowd? There's a billion of them out there, young folks who don't care about anything but crypto. And all of a sudden we cost transition them into our products. And somebody over there says, hey, listen, I want one of these. Well, I want one of these crypto malls because it doesn't exist. We're the only game in town. You got a payment system. You got a full crypto mall. It's gorgeous. I can start selling. And you got worldwide distribution. I can get crypto that I love, not fiat. I can send my crypto all over the world, right? Make money do my crypto, which I love, and make money selling products, getting more crypto that I love. Which, by the way, nobody in the world does that. We become like the Amazon of the crypto malls because we're the only one in town. So now you're making too much money. And you're making, thank God for exit. I mean, where are you going to put all this money? Right? So this is where we're at, folks. I mean, this is where we're at. This is so big, and you guys have to, if you spend your entire lifetime trying to understand the magnitude of the opportunity that's in your hand, it's like it shocks me after 19 years. I've done this for 35. And how big is the world market? And not only we have the world market, now we have a secondary world market, the crypto world market, on the same product, doing the same thing, getting paid twice. This is insane. I mean, the key to the whole thing is cost transition. That should be your first 2 words you wake up. Cost transition, honey. That's your good morning. Cost transition, kids. Cost transition, before you go to sleep. Because that's the basis of making gosh amount of money. Make the world your market in any currency, whether it's fiat or crypto. This is just, so we can, talk a lot about this stuff. I just take a look at this. I say, you know what? There's a lot of money being stolen out of a lunchbox. People are buying other shampoos and toothpaste. I don't know why. I mean, you shouldn't buy it, and your people, should not buy it. And let's start with you. Order everything, use everything, decorate every bathroom with all your stuff, take pictures, point on social media, show off your bathroom with all your stuff in it, show off your kitchen table with all your stuff in it, show off, and then start people asking questions. You sell one product, next thing try the second product, make sure the cost transitioning. The world has a lot of problems. We have a lot of solutions. By the way, what is this what you do on the side? You haven't on the side or full time. Hey, how can I get started? You can run the retail mall, make 43%, or you can, do what I do. I'm a wholesaler, right? And you can do both, right? The retail, I'm become email operator, and now start getting residual on other retail malls. And so now you're a big business guru because you got so much opportunity to offer. But you got to become good at it, right? I mean, it's not that complicated, but you have to understand your full business and package the story, which means you got to sit down, write the story, do it as a group. Hey, guys, let's write a story about our business. And then you memorize the story, you keep practicing it. Now you use it every single time you meet somebody. Next thing you know, you got a yes here, you got a yes there, a retail mall here, you got a customer VIP here, you got a wholesale mall brand partner here, LAP here. Next thing you know, like you're like Renee Liao. The biggest decision of the year is where's my next multi-million-dollar home is going to be. That's just how it is. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to pass it back to our fearless hostess and to the billion, everybody.
Okay, thank you so much. Wow, wow, wow. That's really amazing sharing. Let me adjust the screen a little bit. Uh, okay. Um, what we have learned today, you have pinpointed about the cost transition, which is really something amazing that we can use to share with our clients, creating our own story. So this is a great learning today. So whoever are with us today, please do share with us what are your learnings today from our beloved CEO. And we do have some comments in the Q&A box. Three people are having question with us right now. The first person is Yvonne. Because of medication cost in my country, where can we expect DY8? When can we expect DY8?
Actually, this is a very interesting question, Yvonne. Usually, we launch a product in Canada and then we ship it globally. With Divine, it's going to be the opposite this time because we're looking for a specific classification of MPN. And because Health Canada is delaying things, so we're going to actually launch our international markets first, then Canada. So we already run it by Canadian leadership, and they're like, "Hey, launch it anyways." Because usually it's should we wait or should, but we don't know how long Health Canada is going to be. So we know what we're just going to launch it internationally. So I think it's going to be out. I mean, today actually we're doing the labels for Divine. This is insane, guys. This is a freaking miracle. Like it's just so. Yeah, we got to get this out. We got to get this out. So it's coming out. It's coming out and internationally first. And Canadians will have to become really good friends with the international partners so they can, get some backdoor in. So just saying.
It's really amazing. We just can't wait to try that one in our market as well. So, yes, and there are another two questions relating to exit. The first one coming from Noi. Talk about exit. Rene sent me link of Bro Changely to buy, but after I sign up and try to log in, I can't. How can I get help? I want to buy exit token.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not sure why you can't. Uh, I'm not sure why you can't, to be honest, because I haven't had that experience. I find Changely they're pretty good with their customer service. You're also welcome. The best thing, Noi, is that we have a Telegram group, and there's lots of people ready to help you there. Just go to the Telegram group, put a question out there, and you got a bunch of people. Private message them, and they'll help you out. So the Exit has a really nice ecosystem right now, really nice community. So just go to Telegram, put your question. We're all there, and we'll help you out.
That's amazing. And Noi, you may able to seek help from our Thailand team as well. We'll be able to guide you in some way. So
Look
do
at
reach out to
you.
our team.
I
We
love
will
it.
support you as
I
well.
love it.
Yes. And another question coming from Frances. If I decide to invest in Exit Coin, can I make withdrawal in cash after a year?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's no longer pre-order. You can buy today, sell it tomorrow. It doesn't make a difference. So, yeah, the only thing that we have a hold on is the pre-orders because they're gonna add a different price. But now, if you go tonight and you buy it, you can buy it tonight and sell it tonight. Last night, I was kind of messing around a little bit, because we have different exchanges. So you could, yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, awesome. And we have one more question, and I believe it will be one last question for today from our Thailand team, Apinya. She typed in Thai. Let me translate a little bit. Okay, there's a problem with ordering products that we don't have in Thailand, and the system does not even allow us to order even when we identify to pick up at the head office. This is the problems. So is there any
No, again,
way to solve
I
this
don't
problem in the
know.
future?
Well, I'm not aware of any problems. Well, we have an office in Bangkok, so you can always talk to Manager Minute and our
Yeah.
manager Nat, and they're there to help you. I haven't heard anything. If there is something, then let us know. Hey, look, we got full house developers here. You're ready to correct if there is a problem. opinion. So call the office in Bangkok. They'll help you if they need us. We're here.
Yes, we have other support, our local support. So we do reach out to our support at Opulence Global Talent Office. So that will be very amazing. We always receive great support from them. Okay.
Hey, do you
And
guys see the fashion line yet in Thailand? Do you see the fashion line yet?
I see the fashion line. We have some product samples, and this
No, no,
year
no.
we
On
made
the website, can you guys buy the fashion line now?
um I used to try to order in the system, but we are going to encounter with some problems in terms of the tax, the custom, that
Yeah.
kind of the problem we used to have. But right now we are discussing whether it will be possible for us to order and pick up at Singapore office. In the meantime, in case some of our member would like to have the products in the
Yeah,
fashion
I
line.
understand that. So we usually, when we go to these new countries, we only go with Safe Home Revolution because fashion, the tax is high usually. You
Yes.
guys think you're expensive. Our fashion in Brazil is like 80% tax above.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
In Mexico, some of the stuff that we make, we can't even send there because they make their own, so they want to protect their own industry. But the point is that it is coming. I know we've made a decision that our entire fashion line will be available in Southeast Asia soon. And we'll come up with a way where we can handle the taxes and then it's embedded in the price. So you guys don't have to worry about it. Just like total service, we call it total service. So
That's a very
um,
good news for us. Thank you so much. And we just can't wait to try, wear, and use all the fashion products from Opulence Global. They are all so amazing. Thank you very much, our CEO, for your valuable sharing with all the learnings we are having today. And we are going to see each other again for Forensic Networker Call every Tuesday from Eastern Time and for every Wednesday morning for Asia region.
I just want to
Yes.
say good job. You did an amazing job for your first time. Fantastic. You inspire everybody. This is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. All right. To the billion and stay forensic.
Stay forensic and to the billion. Thank you, everyone.